Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. This is the Doghouse Racing League brought to you by Shoney's here at Martinsville Speedway here on iRacing, and already we're seeing some drivers having some trouble navigating this tricky paperclip shaped track. Currently at the top of the board is the two of Jonathan Jennings in that Wonder Bread machine, showing some speed early on one of the oldest tracks on the NASCAR circuit. So we know Martinsville actually opened in 1947. It was a dirt oval, and then it turned into the flat paper clip shape that it is today. Just over a half mile with 2 quarter-mile drag strips, if you will, into these tight hairpin corners. So it'll be tough for these guys to navigate this tricky track tonight. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. And Andrew Pratt at the top of the board with Jeremiah Stutzman in second. Christopher Leftwich, Steve Gerber, and Doug Solms make up your top 5. Christopher Simon, Kevin Thompson, Marshall Johnson, Michael Sema, and David Husley round out your top 10. I'll leave that up on the screen so you can see where your favorite driver is in the point standings currently. And also, let's not forget about our team standings. Twisted Axle East currently at the top of the team standings. At the Top Motorsports, not too far behind. 27 points behind, but then again, that is team racing, so it's really easy to make up some points, especially when you're running as a team. LS Motorsports in third. Southern Motorsports moves up a spot up into fourth. Twisted Axle North back tied in fourth. Last Chance Racing back in sixth. Elite Southern Motorsports in seventh, and then Southeast Motorsports back in last place in the team standings. But that doesn't mean that somebody wouldn't be able to jump up tonight here. Oh. And I apologize. I didn't realize I still had the voice chat on. Let me get that off of here tonight, because especially at Martinsville, that is not something you want to hear, as some people may not be too happy with each other here tonight. Got just about a minute left here in practice. Let's take a look at the track information. You can see just what I mean. A paper clip shaped track. Very flat. The banking at this track is only 12 degrees. It's completely flat on the straightaways. That's why you'll see these drivers spinning their tires trying to get the power down off of the corners. And it's going to be a challenge here tonight. Plus heavy braking zones. It's really easy to get some wheel hop like you would see at a road course. That's when the rear wheels actually lock up and the back end starts to hop a little bit. So keep an eye for that as well tonight. So we see Christopher Leftwich out on track right now, making his final laps in the last 20 seconds. Oh, as he loses it, a little bit of that wheel hop I was just talking about getting into the corner. That was a prime example of just that. Of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Don't forget to drop a like. And if you haven't already, follow and subscribe. It really does help us out. And don't forget to share the stream as well if you enjoy what you see, or if you know anybody who might enjoy the racing just as much. As practice has now come to an end, we're going to move over to qualifying. We'll see who one of the first trucks out on track is going to be here tonight. Looks like everybody's taking their time getting out onto the track. Christopher Leftwich, the first truck to make his way out onto the speedway. In the 13 Shoney's machine. Of course, we always want to thank Shoney's for coming on board and sponsoring this series as well. Of course, Shoney's is proud, or the Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is be proudly sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. As Christopher Leftwich is finishing up his second lap here. This is the money lap. Usually your second lap is a little bit quicker than your first, as the tires do have a little bit more grip once they get a little bit of heat in them. And Leftwich runs identical times on his 2 times. Christopher Simon currently up at the top of the board. See Andrew St. Cyr out on track. Just took the white flag. He's on his second lap now. He makes his way down the backstretch. Now he's going to make his way across the line and put himself up to the current pole. And you can see just how aggressively these guys are down on the brakes. You'll see as they can't catch that curb, that'll get you in trouble every single time. As we see Eric Peck have some issues here. Marshall Johnson out on track. And you'll see as these guys come down into the corner and they stab the brakes to get the truck slowed down, you'll actually see the front end of the truck dive as the weight is transferred to the front end. And what that does is that helps the truck turn, but it can also make the back end really, really light. Great view of that truck diving down to the asphalt. Marshall Johnson on his first lap. It's going to be good enough for 12th. Let's see what he's able to do here on his second lap. Kevin Thompson also out on track, currently up in the 7th position. Getting ready to finish his second lap, and Johnson is going to jump up to 11th. Here comes Kevin Thompson off of turn number 4 to finish up his qualifying attempt. And Thompson's going to stay right there in that 8th position. Justin McMahon just finished his qualifying attempt, currently in the 5th position. And 6 trucks have yet to qualify. Doug Solms, Bill Gentry, Daniel Wilkerson, Adam Garner, Leander Johnson, and Randall Barnett still left to qualify here with about a minute and 15 seconds left on the timer. Just plenty of time to get out there and run your warm-up lap as well as your qualifying attempt, but it looks like those drivers are going to choose to start in the back, which isn't always a bad idea here at Martinsville. So it's really easy, as tight as the track is, to get caught up in something that happens up at the front. We've seen plenty of times where the leaders get into it and it stacks the entire field up, so we'll be watching for that here tonight. Of course, we don't want to forget about our fantastic sponsor, Shoney's. Remember, our Doghouse Racing League's Tuesday Night Truck Series is to be proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. And of course, those strawberry pies are great for family or office gatherings, holidays, picnics, and any celebration you'd like to make just a little bit sweeter. Well, we're getting ready to grid up here. Let's take a look at that starting grid. And on pole is the 12 of Andrew St. Cyr, with Jonathan Jennings starting to his outside. Eric Peck, he'll roll off from the 3rd position, with Andrew Pratt rolling off in 4th. Justin McMahon will round out your top 5, with Steve Gerber starting outside in position number 6. Row 4 will find the 35 of Christopher Simon in the 21, of Kevin Thompson. And then rounding out your top 10 is the 28 of Adam Duff and Mike Leftwich in the 60 Shoney's machine. Marshall Johnson will be rolling off from the 11th position with Christopher Leftwich in the 12th spot. 13th, we'll find Jeremiah Stutzman and Kevin Powell in the 93. Eddie Rivers will be rolling off in 15th with Jason Miz back in 16th. Adam Gardner in the 17th position and Randall Barnett rolling off in 18th. In the 10th row, we'll find the 34 of Bill Gentry and Leander Johnson in the 32. And rounding out the field here tonight, the 78 of Daniel Wilkerson and the 67 of Doug Solms. As the field gets ready to roll here at Martinsville Speedway. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight for some short track racing. 100 laps at this little speedway will go by quick, as we saw about 20-second lap times. As the pace car gets ready, start rolling here at Martinsville. Don't forget to join us after this one tonight as well. The SCSRA Truck Series is part of our Tuesday night truck doubleheader. Tonight they'll be rolling off from fabulous Las Vegas. So always stay tuned for the truck doubleheader. But tonight, it's all about the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Truck Series. Getting ready to do battle here at Martinsville. 2 laps under caution. We'll get these trucks warmed up and ready to rock. As Andrew St. Cyr going to start the race here on the low lane. And the low lane's going to have the advantage. You're going to see drivers all night long fighting to get down to the bottom. But that that white and red curb could come into play, as you don't want to get down on that. That'll shoot the truck straight up the track into the truck on the outside. So watch out for that tonight as the pace car pulls off down on the pit road. Andrew St. Cyr leads him down to the starting zone. As the field makes their way off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Martinsville. St. Cyr already out to a great lead as Jonathan Jennings stuck up on that high side, trying to force himself down to the bottom. He's got McMahon to the inside. He's got a gap between McMahon and Simon. Oh, as the one of Andrew Peck loses it all by himself. Caution is out. That's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. As we see that one machine trying to get himself straightened out. And here we go. Take a look to see exactly what happened to Eric Peck in the one. See him down on the bottom. As he gets down into turn number 3, just loses it on his own. Looks like that little bit of that wheel hop I was talking about before. Fortunately, everybody was able to avoid him. Of course, he's going to come down pit road, try to get a little bit of damage fixed up on that machine. So St. Cyr will continue to lead. That's going to move Justin McMahon up into the second position. We might see a few cautions here tonight. Martinsville is known for cautions. In fact, it holds the record for the most cautions at a NASCAR event. So, of course, time for a shameless plug is you can always check out intensitybroadcasting.com for hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs. But of course, we've got our brand new design, the Cautions Breed Cautions tee. So you can check that out right here at intensitybroadcasting.com. There is a link down in the description. So, of course, every driver champion here on Intensity Broadcasting will get a free piece of swag from Intensity Broadcasting. So maybe that Cautions Breed Caution shirt is the exact shirt that you're looking for. So here we go. Lights on the pace car should be turning off this time. So a couple drivers hit pit road to top off on fuel. Well, maybe not, just the way that the it looked like they were down on pit road. And we're going to go single file here on this restart. So Andrew St. Cour is going to lead them down to the restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We are back racing here at Martinsville, and a great restart for St. Cour. And single file has definitely spread the field out as they make their way off of turn number 2. We see Kevin Thompson that's Steve Gerber trying to take a look down to the inside of Andrew Pratt, but just not quite close enough to make that move. A little further back, we see Christopher Leftwich working all over the back bumper of the 60 of Mike Leftwich. And McMahon is already starting to run down the 20, or the 12 of St. Cour. Take a look off the back bumper of St. Cour. See where McMahon is able to make up all his time. And you see just how quickly he was able to gain on that 12. Definitely able to roll the center a little bit better than that 12 is. And we almost saw a little bump and run out of the 20 machine as he's trying to make his way around the 12 of St. Cour. And we'll see if that bumper comes into play here tonight. McMahon trying to use that high lane a little bit to try to get a little extra grip, a little diamond off the corner, if you will. Something you see Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin do so well here. Just not able to get back to that back bumper. A little further back, Kevin Thompson running down the 19 of Steve Gerber. So he's trying to get up here and battle for the 6th position. And Jeremiah Sitzman all over the back bumper of Kevin Powell, trying to make the move here, move him up into the 12th position. So little battles all over the track, and it is incredibly tough to pass here at Martinsville. But if you're able to get the braking just right, you're able to dive bomb into the corner, push that truck in front of you up the track, or sometimes you might even have to use a little bit of the bumper, like we saw in our intro video. Driver pushing another driver out of the way. Here comes McMahon now down to the inside. Not quite able to make the move just yet. While that's been going on, the 2 of Jonathan Jennings has come into the picture as well. So these 3 trucks under a blanket here at Martinsville, battling it out short track style. Jeremiah Sutzman just trying to make a move here around Kevin Powell. He's going to take that position away. Now Jason Miz is trying to take this advantage of the 93 being stuck up on the high side. Oh, almost some contact between those two drivers. A very aggressive move. Kevin Powell forcing his way down to the bottom to get down in front of the 7 to keep that 7 truck behind. Now Christopher Leftwich trying to make a move on Mike Leftwich. Chris was able to get right to the back bumper, then he had to back off just a little bit to keep from getting into the back of that 60 machine. Oh, and then Chris just got really loose. And now he's side by side with the 71 of Jeremiah Sutzman. Sutzman making the move on the high side. Leftwich having a little connection issue here. Another thing you'll notice on these trucks is the brake rotors are starting to glow here tonight, showing just how much these drivers are using the brakes. And under the lights, you really get to see those brake rotors glow as they step on the brakes. As back up front, Justin McMahon and Jonathan Jennings have gotten around Andrew St. Cyr. Let's take a look at how the pass for the lead happened here. As St. Cyr looks like, whoops. Oh, St. Cyr got really, really loose here off of turn number 4. And that allowed McMahon to go on by as well as Jonathan Jennings. And now Justin McMahon is starting to set sail here tonight at Martinsville as he's starting to pull away from the 2 machine of Jennings. A little bit of clean air helping that 20 machine. A little further back in the pack, there's a battle back here between Eddie Rivers and Doug Solms. Solms looking down the inside. Rivers way up the track. That's going to allow Eric Peck to get by. You see Rivers getting loose off the corner, so that 15 machine struggling late in the run, and caution is out. Looks like it's for the 7 of Jason Miz. That's going to bring up another wreckage rewind as we take a look to see what happened to the 7 machine here. Just gets loose off of turn number 4. Catches that inside wall. A lot of damage to the front end of that truck. And while that's going on, the entire field is making their way down onto pit road. Kevin Thompson deciding to stay out as McMahon now making his way down to his pit stall. We see the 2 and the 12 coming to their pit stalls as well. Oh, a lot of trouble for the 2 of Jonathan Jennings, just not able to hit his pit stall. We see Duff making his way off pit road first, then McMahon, St. Cyr, Simon, 75 Andrew Pratt, Daniel Wilkerson. And you see the 2 come out way in the back. Came on the pit road in 2nd, making his way off of pit road. Back in the 15th position, so losing 13 positions on the pit stop. Not the way to Jonathan Jennings wanted his pit cycle to go here. But up front, Kevin Thompson is your leader. Randall Barnett is back in second. Two drivers staying out on older tires. And Adam Duff, the first driver off of pit road. He had a 6.2 second stop, so looks like he took right side tires only. And McMahon's the first driver with 4 tires. So we'll have to see how this tire situation fares for the drivers out front. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting on iRacing. We really do appreciate everybody joining us here tonight from Martinsville. We've seen some great short track racing already. We're just a third of the way through the race as the lights are off on the pace car. Kevin Thompson's going to choose the inside lane. Put Randall Barnett on that high lane. Definitely not the position you want to be, as the high side can be trouble, but we'll see if Barnett's able to muscle himself down to the bottom. Same thing with Justin McMahon as Kevin Thompson leads him off of turn number 4 to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Thompson with a great jump. Barnett without a great jump. He's fallen back already a couple spots. We see St. Cyr battling down. And now McMahon forcing his way down to the inside. He's going to take away that 4th position, as Barnett continues to be stuck up on that high lane. And he's just going to get freight trained backwards. Jonathan Jennings already up into the 8th position. Remember, he started back in 15th. And he is already up to 8th, and he is making his moves to get back through the field, as he's got the 19 of Steve Gerber to compete with next. And Adam Duff has the 12 of St. Cyr all over the back bumper. Of course, McMahon trying to get himself back up there as well, as we see that little accordion effect that we always see here at Martinsville. And Jennings looking to the outside of Steve Gerber. Now he's got the 31 of Marshall Johnson down to the inside. Jennings able to drive it in so much deeper. He's going to try to make that high lane work. And he is going to clear the 31 down into turn number 3. We'll watch his progress as the 76 of Andrew Pratt taking a look down underneath Adam Duff. Just not able to make that move. See a little bump there from the 76. Sorry, the 75. Trying to just say, hey, listen, I'm here. Steve Gerber getting around Barnett. Barnett's trying to force himself down the bottom. We see the 2 of Jonathan Jennings force his way down there as well. Move Jennings up into the 7th position. As just in front, Steve Gerber is taking a look down underneath Andrew Pratt to try to take over that 5th position, and Pratt runs way up the track. Ooh, one driver off the pace right there. That looked like the lap truck of Bill Gentry. As now the 2 of Jonathan Jennings stuck up on the high side. And Pratt able to get back around as well. We got a battle up here for the lead as St. Cyr trying to take the lead away from Kevin Thompson. Justin McMahon right here in the mix as well. These 3 drivers going at it. St. Cyr driving in just a little bit higher, trying to get that run down off the corner. Now he's going to make a move down to the inside, but Thompson is going to close the door on him. And some contact between McMahon and St. Cyr. Now St. Cyr trying to use the high side to get around the 21 machine. Normally you don't see passes on the high side here at Martinsville, but St. Cyr makes the move around that 21 to move him up into the lead. And just behind him, we see Jonathan Jennings trying to work his way up into the top 5. We went back green flag racing on lap 31, and in about 10 laps, the 2 has made his way back up into almost into the top 5 as we got an incident on track. The one of Eric Peck is around on the the front stretch, and that's going to bring out another wreckage rewind. So we take a look to see what happened to this one machine. Something you never like to see here at Martinsville. We got some 3-wide racing off of turn number 2. And that one machine up high, making his move. He thought he was clear, the 93. Right there beside him. It looks like the 1 comes down into the 93. Spins that one machine around, catches the outside wall. Not a ton of damage to that one machine, so he should be able to continue on. Kevin Thompson and Adam Duff now making their way down onto pit road. Randall Barnett and the 7 of Jason Miz also on pit road. So that's going to give the lead to Andrew St. Cyr had the lead as he made that pass on the outside. That's going to move McMahon up into the second position as we see the 34 with Bill Gentry getting ready to get his lucky dog. Get one of his laps back. Of course, next week, the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Truck Series will be heading to the Midwest as they're moving out to Kansas Speedway next week, followed by Texas Motor Speedway. Then they'll have an off week on the 31st, so look forward to the Memorial Day holiday. But going from a short track like this to a fast 1.5 miles like Kansas is going to challenge these drivers. I love the schedule this season. A lot of mix of races, some dirt, some super speedways, short tracks, some 1.5 miles, a little bit of everything. Of course, the season finale at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Always look forward to Indianapolis, one of my favorite tracks to watch a race at, as the lights are off on the pace car, signifying 1 lap to go till we go back green flag racing. When we take the green flag, we'll have just 51 laps to go. Pace car takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. St. Cyr is going to lead him down to the restart zone. And again, a great restart for our leader. McMahon, though, able to get out in front of Steve Gerber down on the bottom as the field tries to get themselves single file. We've got some side-by-side racing. Christopher Simon, almost some contact. The 31 really missed his braking zone. Almost got into the back of Jeremiah Stutzman. Able to gather it up, though. Move Stutzman up into the 6th position. Side-by-side racing back here as well between Doug Solms and Mike Leftwich. Here comes the one of Eric Peck into the mix here as well. And oh, Wilkerson up into the wall, pushed way up the track behind. Because now he's getting passed by Barnett. We see the 7 of Jason Miz back here as well, making their way around. Eric Peck and the 60 of Mike Leftwich side by side, real tight on each other, battling through the corner. Oh, and some contact. The one goes around off the front bumper. Oh, and Wilkerson makes hard contact with the one. So we try to get a good look here, different angle of the contact as these two drivers are racing each other extremely hard. We see Leftwich trying to get down into the corner. Oh, he caught the curb. You see that truck bounce up in the air. Definitely caught the curb, and that's going to cause him to force him. That's going to force that truck up the hill into the one machine. Well, actually, let's ride along on the roof of the 60 machine. You'll see those left side tires get right down on that curbing. Once that happens, that truck just shoots up the track right into the side of the one. Nothing either driver could have done right there. So Eric Peck back on pit road, getting a little more damage fixed. Bill Gentry is going to get another lap back with the lucky dog. And we are just past the halfway mark here at Martinsville. Oh. Just heard somebody lose an engine. Not sure who that was. It might have been Wilkerson. Fortunately for him. So a short night here for the 78 machine. So as we get ready to go back, green flag racing. Lights on the pace car are off. St. Cor choosing the inside lane yet again. Putting McMahon up on the high side. Here we go, pace car down on pit road. Again, St. Cor leads them down to the restart zone. Keeping the field tight this time. Green flag in the air. We are back racing. McMahon not able to get down to the bottom. Oh, we got an issue in the back here. Miz went around. But we stay green. Oh, and now McMahon gets tagged from behind right in front of the field. Drivers scattering. They're checking up. Bunch of drivers involved in this one. That is definitely going to bring out the yellow. We'll actually take a look at the two incidents that happened on track. This is what happened coming to the green. We see the 7. Oh, the big accordion checkup in the back, and the 7 ends up getting turned around right in front of Bill Gentry. So that did not bring out a yellow, and then this is what happened. We'll actually see if we can get a look here from the blimp. The 19 pushing hard into the corner, misjudging that 20 machine in the middle of the corner, able to roll the center just a little bit better. Fortunately, gets into the back of the 20. That's going to allow the 2 of Jonathan Jennings to sneak by. See the 71 getting through there as well, Jeremiah Sutzman. Simon, though, not so lucky. We see the 15 get a little piece of that as well. Barnett gets a piece. We see Duff up in the wall, Kevin Thompson. The 67 of Doug Solms involved in that as well. That was the 15 of Eddie Rivers that was involved. The 32 having to stop there. That's Leander Johnson having to stop to keep from getting in the back of anybody else. And there we see the 20 of McMahon stranded on pit road. A lot of damage to that machine. So unfortunate for McMahon, who had such a strong car, strong truck all night long tonight. Now he sees himself on pit road with significant damage to that 20 machine. And Adam Gardner says wheel issues took him out before the start again. So that is the equivalent of having a mechanical issue on iRacing, is having some kind of technical glitch. I know all about technical glitches. We saw the issues that I had with the stream a couple weeks ago. Fortunately, it looks like I've got them gremlins finally figured out. Knock on wood. How about the drive Jonathan Jennings has had? It had some issues finding his pit stall on pit road. Went in the pit road in second, come off of pit road in 15th. Now he sees himself back in the 3rd position. With just under 30 laps to go. So putting himself in position for a win here tonight. As green flag back in the air, we were going single file on this restart. 8 core with a big lead out front as we see Steve Gerber get some pressure from Jonathan Jennings from behind. There's a battle for second place a little further back. We saw Christopher Leftwich try to make a move on Christopher Simon. Not quite close enough to make that move now. And then Kevin Thompson, who was involved in that last incident, trying to move himself back up through the field as well. So he's going to, make some contact with the 28 of Adam Duff. Caution is out. Duff was able to get that machine turned back around. Doesn't look like he's very happy with the 21 machine right now. He's coming to voice some displeasure here, I'm sure. There it is. A little contact between the 28 and the 21. It's looks like they've calmed themselves down a little bit. Let's take a look at what happened to bring this out, even though we were kind of just watching it. We saw the 28 of Duff get tagged from behind, and I just don't think Thompson was expecting that big of a checkup. Yeah, Thompson had a head of steam getting into the corner. Fortunately, 28, wrong place at the wrong time. Not significant damage to that 28 machine. Didn't spin out or hit the wall or anything like that, but on pit road, getting some damage fixed, getting new tires. And that's what we were talking about earlier about cautions, breeding cautions. Speaking of cautions, breeding cautions, that is the design of our new shirt here on IntensityBroadcasting.com. Cautions, breed cautions. You can check that out and pick that up, as well as some of our other designs at IntensityBroadcasting.com. Again, every champion, every season champion of every league broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting will get a piece of swag courtesy of Intensity Broadcasting. So check that out. That is IntensityBroadcasting.com. Of course, on Intensity Broadcasting as well, there's a little menu bar up in the corner, and you can visit on the same website Atlee Weiss Racing. Atlee Atman Weiss is the young man who started Intensity Broadcasting. He races Bandoleros down at Langley Speedway. So he's got shirts, hats, hoodies, designs to support him in his Bandolero season right here at Intensity Broadcasting. Just click on IntensityBroadcasting.com/collections/Atlee Weiss Racing. So here we go, field doubling up again here. As the lights on the pace car are off, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. And the 56 finally making his way back on the track. Fortunately, he's a few laps down. As Andrew St. Cyr leads him back down to the restart zone, we see the two right there on the back bumper. Green flag back in the air. One driver not getting a very good restart was the 28 of Adam Duff. Looks like he had some issues on the start. You see the 19. The 19 gets tagged by the 71 right out in front. The 75 involved as well. Oh, we see Mike Leftwich, Eric Peck all involved. Adam Duff and Adam Gardner able to slow down to avoid it, but both Mike Leftwich and I believe Christopher Leftwich are both caught up in this one. That's going to bring up another Wreckage Rewind here tonight, as see in the chat someone yells karma. We'll take a look at this one from high above in the blimp. See Gerber taking a good look down, trying to get around the two, has to check up. That accordion comes into play, and the field just nowheres to go. You see drivers just piling in on the brakes, trying to get slowed down. Again, Mike Leftwich involved. We see the 34, Bill Gentry, the 15. Caught up in another one as well, Eddie Rivers. As we're coming to 25 to go, here at Martinsville, St. Cyr still out in the lead. Jonathan Jennings, though, trying to get himself back into the lead here tonight. Try to get himself a win here at Martinsville. Couple drivers just barely able to make it off a pit road in front of the pace car. Stay on the lead lap. As the field gets ready to make their way off of turn number 4. Looks like the lights on the pace car should be turning off this time by. Lights are off. We are going to be single file yet again for this restart. Which is going to give a huge advantage again to the 12 of St. Cor. Pace car pulling down on the pit road. Green flag back is in the air. And again, another great jump for the 12 of St. Cor. Christopher Leftwich making a move down to the inside of Stutzman. So move Leftwich up into the third position. Christopher Simon trying to make his way through as well. He's going to take a look down to this inside the 71. And that 71 is getting freight trained by being stuck up on the high side. Here comes the 93 of Kevin Powell as well, able to get around the 71. Looks like he's got a hole here if he's able to tuck down, or is the 31 going to get down underneath, which he will. So that 71 stuck up on the high side, continuing to fall backwards. We have just 22 laps to go. Now Marshall Johnson taking a look down underneath Stutzman. Here comes Kevin Thompson back into the picture as well, up into the 8th position, continuing to move himself forward. And Eddie Rivers falling backwards right now. A lot of damage to that 15 machine. You see Mike Leftwich able to get around. Right now, it's all about the battle up front with just 20 laps to go. Does Jennings have enough time to get around that 12 machine? These two drivers pretty much even the last few laps. St. Cor ran a 1967. Jennings ran a 1966. And as they come across the line this time, St. Cor runs in 1980 and Jonathan Jennings runs in 1981. So these two drivers running almost identical lap times. As we see this battle from the nose and the back bumper of both machines. Jennings just so much better into the center of the corner. St. Cor so much better on the exit of the corner. So these two trucks matched equally at different parts of the racetrack. We're just coming to 15 laps to go. Is the two going to use that front bumper to try to get the win from St. Cor? We'll find out in just 15 laps time. Jennings is right there on the back bumper. Oh, St. Cor having a little connection issue there out in front. We have just 7 miles to go here. 14 laps. We see those brake rotors really glowing on the front of those trucks. Neither driver really able to make the move here as Jennings works all over the back bumper. Could lap traffic come into play as well as the leaders are coming up on the lap truck? Believe that is Gentry as we got a caution and a few drivers around here. See Christopher Leftwich around, the 93 of Kevin Powell, Simon. Christopher Simon involved in this one as well. And that is going to bring up another Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see what brought this one out. Looks like the 13 of Leftwich lost it right in front of Christopher Simon and Kevin Powell. Simon tries to avoid by going through that grass. That did not work, and Powell has nowhere to go. He comes plowing through as well. That's going to bring a couple drivers down onto pit road. We see Simon on pit road, Christopher Leftwich making his way down to pit road, Steve Gerber down on the pit road as well. We are going to go back at green flag racing with just a handful of laps to go. Question is, are we going to have a single file restart or a double file restart? Because that's going to make all the difference. I feel a double file restart will be Jonathan Jennings' only chance here. As if they do go single file, St. Cor is going to be able to get such a good jump that Jennings is going to need a few laps to get himself back up to the front. As the pace car makes their way down across the stripe, the lights are off. We are going double file. That's going to give Jonathan Jennings a chance here on this restart. Pace car making their way off on the pit road. When the green flag comes out, we'll have just 6 laps to go. St. Cor leads them back down to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. A wreck from behind. Riddle Barnett looks like he might have blown his engine. Jennings under attack. Kevin Thompson moves himself up into the 3rd position, as he's going to move down to the bottom, trying to block the 31 of Marshall Johnson down into turn number 4. Does Jennings have enough time to get back to Andrew St. Cor? We saw how even those 2 trucks were earlier. Kevin Thompson solidly in that 3rd position, but he's got Marshall Johnson trying to get back around. 4 laps to go here. Jennings is trying to make his move. Jennings is trying to get to the back bumper. That time by, Jennings was almost 0.2 faster than St. Cor. With 3 laps to go, it's one thing to get to the back bumper. It's another thing to get around. We see Jennings, though, using a little bit of a diamond, entering in just a little bit higher, trying to roll the center just a little bit better. And he is there. Off of turn number 4, he has caught the 12 of St. Cor. And now with 2 laps to go, is he going to have enough time to get around him? Or is he going to have to use that bumper? They make their way through turns 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Marshall Johnson has gotten back around Kevin Thompson for that 3rd position. Jennings with one last chance to try to use the bumper to get around the 12 of St. Cyr. Is he going to be able to get him here off of turn number 4? He's there, but he's not going to be able to get it. Off of turn number 4, Andrew St. Cyr is going to win it here at Martinsville. Jonathan Jennings is going to drive himself back up into the 2nd position. And Marshall Johnson gets around Kevin Thompson, going to bring it home in 3rd. Jeremiah Stutzman comes home in the 5th position. But it's all about the 12. Andrew St. Cyr is going to come down to the front stretch and celebrate. St. Cyr was able to dominate this race once he got out in front. Let's take a look at your full results. Again, Andrew St. Cyr is your winner. Jonathan Jennings comes home 2nd. Marshall Johnson, Kevin Thompson, and Jeremiah Stutzman round out your top 5. Jason Miz brings it back in 6th place after getting caught up in a couple incidents. Kevin Powell back in 7th. Doug Solms, Leander Johnson, and Eddie Rivers round out your top 10. Christopher Leftwich, first car, 1 lap down. He comes home in 11th. Eric Peck, after having a rough night, comes back to 12th. Steve Gerber, Mike Leftwich, and Randall Barnett round out your top 15. Bill Gentry in the 16th position. Christopher Simon in 17th. Adam Duff in 18th. Andrew Pratt comes home in 19th. Justin McMahon, after getting caught up in an incident, comes home in 20th. Daniel Wilkerson and Adam Gardner round out the field here at Martinsville. Let's talk with our podium here tonight at Martinsville. See if Marshall Johnson or Jonathan Jennings make their way down into the waiting room. Well, let's talk with our winner because he's the only driver currently sitting in the waiting room. Andrew St. Cyr. Andrew, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
I got you.
Man, great run tonight. You were able to dominate once you got out in front. It looked like Jonathan Jennings was going to have something for you there at the end, but wasn't able to get back around you. You must have felt the pressure, though. You guys were running pretty much even lap times those last 20 laps or so. Were you afraid he was going to try to use the bumper to get around you, or do you think he was going to run you kind of clean?
Honestly, I did think he was going to run me clean. I wasn't too concerned. I was concerned, I'm not going to lie, about him catching me, but I really didn't think he was going to put the bumper to me. I have not experienced anything like that with Jennings in the past. Typically he's not typically, he's a very well-respected, clean driver and a lot of talent. So I think if he had got to me, it might have been interesting, but I was really trying to keep that 2/10, 3/10 sort of cushion. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it seemed like at one end of the track I was able to get off for better, and then off the turn better down the straight, and then the other end he would kind of gain on me a bit, so it was kind of back and forth. But really exciting race. Bundle of nerves. Martinsville, you never know what's going to happen, right? So I wish we could have gone longer green runs, but that's just the nature of the beast when you're at Martinsville.
Yeah, for sure. And Martinsville is not really known for its long green flag runs, especially here on iRacing. But man, a great job on navigating the lap traffic there towards the end. Must have been interesting as well. You're talking about the nerves. Those lap cars, they seem to come into play a little bit as well.
They did, but I think they were really keeping an eye on where we were, and they were getting out of the way. At one point, I thought maybe I was going to struggle with it a little bit more, but then they moved wide pretty quick, and that was. At one point, it was funny. I was coming up to the lap car, and I overdrove it and almost got into the lap car. No, it would have been my fault, but anyway, no, it's yeah, it's always a little nerve wracking, especially coming down to uh, the end of a race when you feel like you've been a fairly dominant car throughout the race, and you just want to bring it home. And I'm very happy that I did. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
And he had some pressure from behind from Justin McMahon before he got taken out. So a great job keeping it out in front all race long, getting yourself the win here at Martinsville. So congratulations for that. And before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, just want to thank the Twisted Axle teammates. We definitely put in the laps throughout the week, and I think tonight it paid off. And they're always a great support. So, and honest, and also, sorry, thank yourself and Daniel for hosting this league. So, a lot of fun, and hopefully, I'll see you back soon.
Awesome, man. And congratulations again. We'll see what you can do next week at Kansas.
All right, thank you.
So there you have it. Your winner tonight, Andrew St. Cour here at Martinsville. We want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, thank everybody here that makes the Doghouse Racing League Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series possible. Again, don't forget to join us later on tonight as we do have our truck doubleheader with our SCSRA Truck Series taking on Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So tune in for that. Tomorrow night, we've got the Xfinity Series with the SCSRA. Thursday night, Thunderstruck. Friday and Saturday nights are going to be off, Friday nights are going to be off for a couple weeks. Then we've got our Saturday night Sunday Cup Series and Sunday night truck doubleheader. So check us out 6 nights a week this week here on Intensity Broadcasting. For everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, we want to thank you again for tuning in. Congratulations again, Andrew St. Cour. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. It really does help us out. Don't forget to share the stream as well if it's something that someone might want to see. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.